Well, today is the big day. I'm going to give you the grand tour, the updated 2024 version of Dauphin Island in Alabama. We're going to do many things on this tour. We're going to actually end up at my newest listing that's an incredible property that actually generates around $150,000 gross per year in revenue as a great rental property, vacation place. It's really incredible. But we're going to talk about some great things to do on the island. And of course, as you look around, I'm going to feature a lot of the scenery, which honestly is one of the main reasons why people come here. You can take it in, and it is absolutely gorgeous. I'm on the bridge now, and you're going to get to see as we climb up why so many people come here. My name is Jeff Jones. I'm with Keller Williams here in Mobile, Alabama, and I work, of course, in Mobile, Baldwin County, Dauphin Island. But what I like to do is feature the areas, not just talk about houses, which, by the way, there's some pretty incredible houses here, and I'm going to feature one that is breathtaking, right on the water. But I also like to talk about the area, because if you move down here, well, what are you going to be doing? And so always, people reach out to me, and they've got all these questions about what it's like. So call the number on the screen, shoot me a message, email, any way you want to reach out. I'll be happy to help you. But I've also got an app that makes it super easy to search for properties. You can click the link below and you can search for living in Mobile, Alabama, and it'll pop right up. But we've also, got lots of information on the website, and leave a comment below because I'll be happy to help you. But if you just look around, you'll see that, the views are incredible as we approach the top of the bridge, and I'm just gonna let you take it in. Now, before we get actually on the island, I do want to give you an overview. So Dauphin Island is the kind of place that people come from all over the country, and they come here for a little vacation. They come here to get away, and often what we hear, I get calls from people, they're like, I've spent 10 summers on Dauphin Island, and we figured, it was just about time we bought something because we like it so much. But people come here not because they want to be in the hustle and bustle and lots of activities, but people come here because they can get away. And Dauphin Island's the kind of place where if you want to have a relaxing vacation and you want to read a book, you want to hang out on your front porch or the balcony of your condo, and you just want to relax and let it all go away, Dauphin Island is the place. Now, if you want dozens and dozens of restaurants and something to do all day long, lots of shopping and everything, well, then you're going to need to hop over on the ferry, which I'm going to show you, by the way. You need to hop over on the ferry and go to Gulf Shores and Orange Beach, which is not very far. But truly relaxing, Dauphin Island is the place to be. And here we go, entering into Dauphin Island. You notice the speed limit drops way down, and you got to be real careful. You'll see on the left, you've got all sorts of things that have to do with boats and fishing. And then over on the right, you'll see a lot of palm trees. You've got different rentals on both sides. And let me tell you a little bit about this area on the left. I have showed many condos over here, and a lot of them come with a boat slip. And the price, I believe they're looking at around $450-ish and up. So, and they usually go quickly. I wrote an offer for a client over here, and we were outbid because the next person went above the asking price with cash, and it was gone. And the speed limit just dropped down again to 35. And I guess that's telling of the area. Let's just relax a little bit. And if you look over to the right, you'll see this is one of the most photographed images on Dauphin Island. And you've got boat slip, place to hang out, and another place that's very popular, Circle K. You've got Circle K, then you have another gas station down here that is kind of the place to go. I've heard the food at this gas station is really great. And then, of course, if you look straight ahead, you'll see another iconic image. Just says, "Welcome to Dauphin Island." And this is the centerpiece of the island, where you've got 193, Highway 193, that runs north to south. And then you come to this T, you got to make a right or you got to make a left. And so we're going to make a left. But before we do, look over at the chevron and you'll see that is kind of the hangout and the place to get food. You know, you come to the island, you're just getting settled, you got to grab something to eat, go over there, they'll take care of you. So we are taking this road, and I'm showing you this part of the island first because this is a little older, more established area. Obviously you can tell by the trees. A common reoccurring theme in a lot of my videos are the mature trees. Well, this is the place that has that, lots of mature trees. And there are a couple different types of houses you'll see on the island. You know, one thing is that on the island you're going to see houses that are actually on the ground, which is shocking because we're on an island. You would think they would build up like so many other houses around you, but there's still several houses that are on the ground. But the majority of homes are built up, and often that happens because, well, a storm may come, a hurricane may come, and you know, flood things to the point where people are like, hey, I'm tired of this, I'm gonna build up. And of course, new regulations have set in that have certain requirements, and homes that are being built now are up higher. But I'm gonna show you this winding road that's gonna take us to the Dauphin Island Sea Lab, and it's also gonna take us to the ferry that I mentioned, and it's gonna take us to an incredible fort. Just so many great images here. If you look to the right, you'll see this great park. It's called Cadillac Square, and that's a beautiful place. Now as we continue on the east end of the island, like I mentioned about the ferry, it's coming right up. If you'll notice, the speed limit goes down even further. We're at 15 miles an hour, so if I'd gotten pulled over back there, I could have gotten a ticket for going double the speed limit. But I'll slow down and I'll show you that the ferry loads this way. Everybody pulls in. I think it runs about eight times a day. And the price, you know, for one car, I believe it's around $15. So, you know, if you want to bring something or a trailer, I don't know all the details, but they price accordingly. So let me get out of this lane, and you'll see over to the left, the cars are lined up and they're ready for the next ferry. It takes a little while. I don't know exactly how long, but it's not that long. And the view is absolutely amazing. You can see over to the left, there's always kind of something going on over here. Lots of trucks parked. And then, of course, looking to the right, you'll see the ever popular RV park. People ask me, can you go camping on Dauphin Island? Well, yes, you can, right there. And it's really close to the ferry. And then if you look to the left, you'll see Magnolia Park, just another little place to hang out. Got some park benches. And here we are. Now we're getting to the ever famous Dauphin Island Sea Lab that's not just for tourists, but this is a place where they offer a lot of programs. They have a lot of college programs, interns that come down here in the summer and work with marine biology. It's really an interesting program. But you'll see a big building over to the left, of course, that houses a lot of exhibits. And then over to the right, you know, you've got outdoor classroom complex, a pool, all sorts of tests are run. I was out here, I guess a couple months ago, and we were seeing a group that was running tests with something actually in the pool. So it's a really, really great thing and a great resource to have right here on Dauphin Island. And then if you look over to the right, you'll see the fort I mentioned, historic Fort Gaines. And it is really, really something. A lot of folks park their boats, their boat trailers after they're in the water here. And we're going to take a ride over here and you'll see the speed limit drops even more to 5 miles an hour. And you know, this is the kind of place that I could justify that. I mean, look at this amazing view. Wow, it's just really, really something. People will ask me sometimes about public parking. Well, this is the place you can do that. I've got some friends that love coming down to the beach here, and they'll park here and they'll just walk around the corner and hang out for the day. So it's a really, really great place for you to do that. And people move to Mobile because they want to be close to the water, but maybe they don't want to drive all the way over to Gulf Shores or Orange Beach. Well, you can hang out at the beach right here, 45 minutes away. Wow, look at that. And if you'll notice in front of me, you'll see the golf cart. That's another thing that's very popular on Dauphin Island. I mean, why hop in your car when you can hop in a golf cart? So that's the end of the island on the east side. And now we're going to take you all the way back to the west side. And we're going to take you to my listing that's absolutely beautiful, breathtaking. And we're going to talk about some condos and restaurants and other things that you can't miss if you come to Dauphin Island. And more views of the Dauphin Island Sea Lab, the Alabama Aquarium. It's a really special place. I cannot stress enough how awesome it is to hop on a bike on the sidewalk and just go for a ride. You can ride for hours all through the neighborhoods. It's really, man, it's just a beautiful, beautiful place. And we're turning into one of the neighborhoods on the island. I want to show you show you a couple things. Number one, there are some houses that are closer to the ground, but also show you that this is what you're going to see if you participate in the marathon, or not marathon, sorry, in some of the races that they have on the island. A few years ago, I ran a 5K, my first ever 5K, and I finished it. I finished it. But you'll see this is a hodgepodge, all things. You'll see houses that are close to the ground. You'll see houses that are higher up. Obviously, some of this is practically brand new. I sold a house around the corner. I think, is this it? Let me see. Nope, this is not it. I sold a house around the corner that had just an incredible view. And that's one of the things that people love. They come here because of a view. The sunsets are some of the best in the entire country. I mean, postcard worthy. It's really amazing. And so just driving through the neighborhoods, and this is what you'll see, a little bit of everything. And if you notice the houses on the left, these are newer, and you can just tell, you know, they are prepared for any type of issues with the water. But look over to the right. That house is directly on the ground. So It just depends. You're going to see a little bit of everything on Dauphin Island. And we're going to turn here to show you how close they are to the water. Yeah, this is a beautiful place. Look how high that place is. Now that will be an amazing view. There's a house on a slab right there. There's another one, or another few. All of these houses are right on the water. You can walk out, fishing off your backyard. And here we are, back on Bienville Boulevard, and we're heading west. We're going down to the T, and then we'll continue on the island where you're going to see a lot more of, you know, what you think of as a traditional beach house on the water. There are houses like that everywhere down here. Just incredible. So we're almost back to the T, and this is like, I guess, the center of town, Dauphin Island area. This is, you know, everybody passes through here as they come on and off the island. Now, I mentioned the chevron earlier, but what I will tell you is a lot of people don't know this, but this chevron has the tallest straws known to man, and that's what you're seeing right here in this drink. The tallest straw. It will not go down any further, but hey, that's just a little unknown fact. You can remember that. Now, if you look straight ahead, you're going to see a sign for an airport. Yes, there is an airport straight ahead. And as you continue, you'll see more and more trees. Trees down here all over the place. And you know what's interesting is all the storms that have come through our area, all the hurricanes, but yet look, tall standing pine trees everywhere. So, talk about longevity and strength. These trees are made to last. And you look over to the left, you've got more park space. You've got a little skateboard park, basketball, little playground. And then over to the right, that's more of a neighborhood setting back there. And we're going over this small bridge, and you'll see as things clear out, you've got a condo on the left, you've got a school on the left, and you've got restaurants on the right, coming right up. School traffic is not very bad, but you'll see on the left, you've got a school here. And then on the right, you'll see one of my favorite restaurants down here, Islanders. And they've got really good fried shrimp. And then over to the left, you've got one of the few condos here. And it is beyond nice. I've stayed there multiple times, but super nice. You've got a new bar called the Carriage Wine and Market. I've heard great things about that. And then you've got, you know, surf shop over here on the right. You've got restaurant pizza. What is that? Pirates. Great pizza. I've eaten there probably 10 times. And then you've got ice cream right next door. So really nice place. So you can stay at the condo, you can walk across the street, get pizza, ice cream. I've done it multiple times. Now we're getting into what you think of as the traditional beach houses. I sold a house down here about a year and a half ago, and it sold for just under $600,000. Now it's not directly on the water, but it's got an amazing view. I'll show it to you up here. And they use it as a rental, and from what I understand, it's been pretty successful. So this blue house, let me see here. Over here on the right there with the one palm tree there. Great place. And so with this being an island, you've got a lot of waterfront on the left side, and then of course you've got waterfront on the right. And some folks want to be on the bay side, and other people want to be, you know, on the Gulf side. And as these roads on the left, as they, you know, run north to south, you're going to see I don't know, 5 or 6 houses thick or deep, and they go to the water. And I would say that they tend to get more expensive as they get closer to the water. And of course, everybody wants to be able to walk out on their deck and have an incredible view. Well, you can do that here on Dauphin Island. And the pricing, imagine if this were in California or Florida, it would be way more expensive. So it's like our own little hidden gem here, just south of Mobile, Alabama. And as you notice, with the majority of these houses, you've got metal roofs, and of course, that's kind of the trend with houses that are close to the water. They're more durable, they're going to last longer, and withstand the wind more than a traditional shingle roof would. And also, if you notice, there's some sand in the road, and every now and then, you know, that of course that happens. But when we have a big storm, man, it'll just be all over the place, and sometimes the water will cross over. But then it eventually goes away, and then you're back in business. So my listing is coming up here on the left in about half a mile, and I'm going to take you there, and then I'll show you some footage on the inside of the house that we recorded earlier, and just show you the amazing view. But then we're going to go all the way down to the end of the island and show you, you know, the length, so you understand kind of the scope of the island. But it really is our own little piece of paradise. It's absolutely. Man, it's amazing. Now I'm going to pull into the driveway of the house I have listed, but keep in mind we're not going to go inside now because there are people there, and like I mentioned, it's an active rental. And you can tell, I mean, the view is incredible. So this place is very active, very popular, but you know, this is the kind of place. They've got 5 bedrooms, 4 full baths that your entire family could come down and could spend an entire week and just have a getaway. I mean, it's really amazing. Low maintenance, just everything you want in a dream property. And so I was talking to my mom the other day. She said, hey, wouldn't it be great if we could get the whole family down? And I said, well, I'm selling a place that would be perfect for that. And so we'll pull in here just to show you. And then I'm going to turn around so that these renters don't think I'm bothering them. But there it is, 2537 Bienville Boulevard. It's known as the sea turtle. And this is the place where people go to see amazing sunsets. We're almost to the end of the island, and you'll see people are riding their bike. I mean, you can truly ride your bike all over this place for hours and hours. So it just rained, and that's why there's a little water in front of some of the houses. It rained really hard yesterday all day long. Some sand, but all that'll get back to where it belongs eventually, and we'll be back in business. We're gonna turn around down here. I'm actually gonna try and pull over if I can. And it says no parking, but I'm gonna see what I can do. See if I can go this way. So I'm gonna hop out real quick, gonna wrap up, share a few details with you. So obviously, this is the place you wanna be if you wanna get away for a little vacation, or if you wanna buy a little vacation getaway. Just have your own, come down here multiple times a year, and then you can rent it out when you're not here, make a lot of revenue to offset the cost of your mortgage. But you can just take it in, it's absolutely gorgeous. But hey, like I mentioned, my name's Jeff Jones. I've lived here in Mobile my whole life, so I've always, been to Dauphin Island off and on in the summer, spring break. But people always ask me questions. Hey, what about this? What about that? Well, if you got questions, just hit me up. I'll be happy to help you. And we're gonna pause while this motorcycle goes by. And this is the place. I think he might want to talk later about buying some property. But hit me up, shoot me a message, livinginmobile.com. But don't forget about my new app, Living in Mobile, Alabama. You can check it out on the App Store. But we can also send you a free city guide for Mobile. And if you've got questions about Dauphin Island, hit me up. I'll be more than happy to help you. And I can't wait for the next video.